After taking a shower, I froze in horror at 2 fingers sticking out of my bedside teddy bear. I kept calm and quietly called the police, who would arrive in 30 minutes. I had to buy time. As I went to pour juice, a strange man's voice rang in my ear. He admitted he'd slipped sleeping pills into my drink and had spied on me for a long time, counting on my poor hearing. He'd spoken freely without fear. Little did he know, I wore hearing aids and heard every word clearly. Hiding my panic, I forced myself to drink half the juice, then rushed to vomit. The medicine still took effect. Weak and drowsy, I leaned against the wall to stay conscious. Slow footsteps drew near. I tried to run and bumped into a deliverman. The hidden kidnapper fled into the shadows. Too weak to call for help, I watched the courier leave. After a quick glance, the kidnapper reappeared, and I cut myself with a craft knife to stay awake through pain. I fled to my room, bandaged my wounds, and opened the window to escape. As violent banging shook the door, I tore the sheet into a rope to climb out, until a hand grabbed my ankle. He had an accomplice. I kicked free, escaped into my neighbor's home, and texted my boyfriend for help. Another kidnapper waited outside. I smashed a wine bottle to fight back and ran for my life, racing down the stairs instead of the elevator. I screamed for help with no reply. A kidnapper blocked the lobby entrance. Cornered, I hid in the underground garage, only to be found soon after. Just as I was cornered, my boyfriend showed up. I told him everything about being watched and hunted, yet the kidnappers had vanished. When I mentioned my hearing aids, his turned eerie in an instant. Covered in wounds, I was still accused of hallucinations, and he insisted on taking me home. The word home filled me with terror. I tried to call the police, but he snatched my phone and lied that it was just a misunderstanding. Piecing everything together, I realized the truth. He had bought a huge insurance policy on me, with himself as the sole beneficiary. Every threat and chase was his carefully planned plot. I pretended to obey and waited for a chance. I begged the security guard for help by the elevator, only to be labeled delusional by him. No one believed me, and I was completely trapped. I sent him to check outside, then slammed the elevator close button. I was so close to escaping, but in the end, it was already too late.